Okay, so kind of quit the other day, back out here. Gonna get a few more things checked out. I did wind up working on this front section a little bit. I got it lower. It's still got a little bit of a difference there. Not much, but... And down here, I actually wound up dropping this panel on the front down quite a bit to get that to drop. But I do have the door looking better as well, kind of uniform all the way down there. Of course it's off right here, needs to go in just a tad on the quarter, on the rocker, and I want a bigger gap here, but we'll work on all that stuff later. I was trying to push this in and I was using a hammer and then hitting it with another hammer. Well, missed one time and put a little ding right there, so that's something else I'll need to be working on to get that straightened back out. But and this here, I got that back together. Some nasty welds I need to clean up. I do have the problem here now. This quarter panel, or not quarter panel, this panel here, this rear panel, as you can see, it looks kind of jagged right there. It's not lining up quite right. I got a little something right here that's hitting in the back side in there. I'm going to take this rear panel off and see if I can do something about that. Like I said, this is kind of not quite right, I don't think. I went over to the other side and it's got sort of that shape, but it's nowhere near that severe. So I don't know if I'm going to just try to add a little something in here to make it kind of straight, or what to do with that. I did try test fitting the bumper. It is off a little bit right here, so I need to move this in, but like I said, it's hitting right here on the inside. So I need to take that off and see exactly what it is, if it's just something I need to trim, or is it something I just need to bend, or what the deal is. But and I am going to go ahead and hold off on doing too much more on this side until I get the other quarter panel kind of on there, just to make sure everything's looking kind of square and kind of where it's supposed to be. Started putting trying to put the wheelhouse in the other day. I just kind of got it laying there. Still need to do a little bit of trimming. Pop out a couple of welds right here, so this will actually come up higher and kind of circle through. But all in all, it's getting there, so that's kind of the plan for today, just to try to do a few little things here and there. See, as you can see, this piece here, same as on the other side, it's got a little bit of a curve to it, but it's kind of almost straight, as opposed to this one over here, which is not straight. It's definitely got a curve in, and like I said, you can see it's kind of jagged right there, so I don't know what happened to it. But anyways, just working on that kind of little stuff. So fitment, I guess we'll call it. Trying to get this thing to fit better, and like I said before, I start welding too much of it on where I can't take it back off without too many hassles. Right now I've probably got a total of, I don't know, 6 or 8 welds on it, so not a big deal. But hopefully, it looks like everything else is good. It's just a couple little things back here. So I think everything will work out fine. I don't think I'm going to have to take it back off, but like I said, before I do any more welding on this side, I want to get that other panel kind of mocked up and in there, and just make sure the back end, that the deck lid fits correctly, bumper, all that good stuff. So anyways, I'm rambling. I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff done, and I'll turn this back on after a bit. Thanks. Okay, so a little bit of a change plan. Didn't do a whole heck of a lot on the other side. I just kind of messed around with this tail pan a little bit. And got a couple of clamps in here, one here and one there, and it closed up pretty nice. I've just got this little spot right here. I don't have a clamp on it, but I think if I put a little clamp on it, I think that will close up as well. The bumper is on. I've got a clamp on the other side because the hole is about 1/4 off, but if I look at my bracket here, it's actually off the body as well. I don't want to tighten it up yet because I don't know, I just don't want to right now. I'm getting ready to quit. So, but I think once that's tightened up and pulled in, I think that'll probably make that hole line up. And as you can see, I think the bracket itself, if I can get in there, looks like it doesn't quite match the body, but it never did, so I'm kind of wondering if that bracket is even bent a little bit, as well as the ones over here. You can see they're kind of not quite right. They're a little tweaked as well, so I think all those brackets are probably just a little bent up, but all in all, it's making me feel like I think the bumper will fit nicely once I tighten it up and maybe move those brackets a little bit. I do have this right here, which the body line itself looks pretty good, but it's not closing up here. And of course, I come to find out I've got this bend in it right here, so I think once that's out of there, I think that'll, once I get that good sized bend out of there, I think that'll close up nicely. So I think everything for right now is looking pretty good. Go ahead and call it a day. I may even just say I'm gonna turn this thing back on after I get the other quarter panel back on. I've been kind of walking through it with you guys, and it's just going to be the same process on the other side, so probably just turn this thing back on when pretty much all the quarter panels are on and everything is buttoned up. If I do run across anything interesting, I will turn it on and let you know, but like I said, for right now, plan is just kind of get that other side wheelhouse in, quarter panel as well, and then like I said, when I get it a little closer to being done, I think I'll turn this thing back on and show you guys how it's turned out. So alright, we'll talk to you in a while. Okay, so I said I'd come out here when I got these two quarter panels on, or not come out here, I'd turn this thing back on. So yeah, I got that quarter panel on. It's all welded up through the wheelhouse there, through the wheel well. I got the drop-off box in there and welded up. Same as on the other side. Should have a thing up in the air. Got that done. The only thing I lack is getting this squared away right here. And then of course after that I'm going to have to trim this whole channel so I can put these pieces back in, the trunk gutters. Started putting a little bit of fiberglass up on the roof there at the seam on both sides. And I got the drip rails, I got those spot welded in. I got, of course, the doors in. This quarter panel I was having a little bit of problems with down here. I got it to where I'm happy with it now. I did wind up wrapping it with the hammer though when I was trying to tap it over here. I missed and hit that. But everything looks relatively, ground down some of my welds here, so I got a little splatter there and I had to take that down, but for the most part, I mean, it's not perfect, but looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Lines up pretty good here. Door gap looks pretty good. At the bottom it gets a little tight, just a tad, but that's no big deal. I can move that around a little bit. What else? Trying to think what else here. Same thing on this side. Got the drip rail spot welded in, and the same thing, just kind of started laying on some fiberglass to get that covered up. And same here, looks pretty good. Gap on the door looks pretty good as well. Down here, this turned out pretty good. Push that door in a little bit. But yeah, same here. All this turned out pretty nice. This side obviously turned out, I think, a little bit better than the other side. Just, I'd never done a full quarter on one of these cars before, so as far as, or even with the wheelhouses and all that, I had so much, as you guys have seen, so much of the car cut apart that that one was a little, that other side was a little more difficult. That's kind of why I stopped on that side to come over here and check things out, just to make sure it all looked like it was turning out level and square and all that good stuff. And I think it looks good. I had the deck lid on and it looks like the gap is pretty good. This distance and everything is good as far as back here. So the only thing I haven't done yet, I haven't put the glass, or not the glass, but the chrome around the back. Probably should lay the glass in there too, actually, now that I said that. and check that out, make sure everything is good there, but I'm pretty confident that it is. But yeah, I definitely should check it that way if it needs any tweaking. So anyways, move on to the tail pan now, get that fit and welded in. Probably get my door on that I've got for driver's side. Haven't gotten the other side yet. I do have the fenders. I may start mocking that stuff up, but for right now I'm going to call quarter panels done, on, all that good stuff. And when I start moving on to the tail and tail panel and onto the door and all that other stuff, I'll go ahead and turn this thing back on. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hey everybody. Alright, so back here on the Camaro again. As you can see, I laid in a little seam sealer after I finished up those quarter panels. Put a little bit down in here as well. Got a little messy, but it'll be alright. Also laid on the new door. Needs to be adjusted, but just to get an idea. And have to slide it back a little bit. I mean, I think that's a little bit too large of a gap. Not bad, but, and the gap on the bottom is not too bad either. So, but still needs a little bit more adjustment. But all in all, it's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with it. So I just got to get all the internal bits off the other one and start putting that in there so it'll actually latch and everything. That way I can kind of adjust it a little bit better. But like I said, all in all, I'm pretty happy with it so far. So I'm going to get that fender on there pretty quick here too. And I did get an email today, finally going to get the door for the passenger side, so hopefully get that one on. But the plan for now is to actually get that tail pan fitted and get that thing welded onto the car so I can start moving on to the trunk lid and all that good stuff, stripping the roof and everything. But so anyways, that's what the plan is now. I was going to say for today, but it's going to be probably more than today because I just got a couple hours. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start working on that. So as I get some work done, I will turn this thing back on. We'll talk to you in a bit. Oh, just wanted to show you guys what I used. It's AC Delco, and it's just the medium body seam sealing compound. So that's what that stuff is. But still got a little bit more I need to do out there on the edge. And I think there was a few other spots, I don't recall exactly where. I got inside already where the trunk pan meets up with the floor pan. That's already seam sealed. I don't know. Anyways, I was thinking there's a few more spots, so probably wind up buying another tube of it. But for right now, I'm just happy to have that part of it done. So okay, anyways, I'm going to get some work done on this tail pan, and I'll turn this thing back on in just a little bit. Alright, so got a little bit of work done on that rear pan. Got it welded across there, got those ground down. I got it welded up through here. There's a few spots like right there that I haven't welded yet. I need to crunch that in with some pliers, I think, a little better. Similar situation over here. It's not quite what I wanted. It looks fair here, but here it's pooched out a little bit. But I can't get it to go back in, so I don't know what I'm going to do here. If I can manipulate the quarter panel a little bit with the hammer and dolly. But still working on that section right there. The rest of it looks pretty good. Haven't gotten the bottom yet, but it looks like it's going to close up nicely once I get the spot welder underneath and get that done. And what else? Still got to work it a little bit right here. Get it tapped down, welded in a couple more spots, and then get that formed back to where it's supposed to be. Same thing over here. A couple more welds and get it formed back. But and then of course I got to put the piece here, the bracket for the locking, latching mechanism. So, but it's getting there. So I will turn this thing back on once I get a little more work done. I don't know if it'll be today, but if not, like I said, next time I'm out here, I will turn this thing back on. So I'm going to keep going forward probably for a little bit, but we'll see you in just a while. Alright, out here again working on the Camaro a little bit. So I just kind of put a few clamps here. Still got to pull that in. The other side, I got one on the middle. I'm going to go ahead and start right here. and I'm just going to run some with the tack welder or the spot welder. Just going to go ahead and run some spots all along the bottom there, and hopefully that will pretty much be the end of putting that tail pan on. It'll be finished up, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing the spot welds, and I'll turn this thing back on after a little bit. Thanks. Alright, so got those spot welds all the way down. They're finished up. I did put some seam seal around here. Of course, I put a tiny little bit of fiberglass over there just to kind of straighten those out. Welds on there. Same thing, seam seal around here. I did put some seam seal inside. Boy, try saying that 10 times fast, huh? So I'll go ahead and show you that. Let me get this car down. I'll show you that part of it. Okay, so as you can see, I did lay a little seam seal down on through there. So I got to put this piece in here for the locking mechanism, the latch. Still need to put that in. That's about it though, and do something here. Probably put a little body filler or something just to make it look a little nicer. And I am getting new trunk gutters. I just ordered those up. Hopefully they'll be here pretty quick. And then at that point, this back section will be done pretty much, aside from, you know, maybe a little bit of body work here and there, filler, whatever. But as far as all this metal, new metal, it will be done and on there. So I will go ahead and put these hinges back together, put a trunk lid on it, get that fitted. I did try it the other day without the hinges, just kind of laying it in the hole there. It looks like it's going to line up pretty nice, and the gaps look pretty good, but of course until I get it on the hinges I'm not going to know for sure, but it looks like it's turning out pretty good. So I guess I'll go ahead and do those trunk gutters on this video, and then at that point we'll just go ahead and call this tail pan done. So I'll go ahead and wait a few days until I get those trunk gutters, and once I do that I will be back out here and we'll go ahead and put those things on and get it done. So I'll see you guys when I'm back out here with those trunk gutters. Alright, so back out here again. As you can see, I have the trunk gutters. Started putting them in, and I remembered I need to turn the camera on. I did get the brace for the latch mechanism welded in as well. Started working on this side. Got a few holes here that I need to crimp, and then or clamp I should say, and then weld up, and a couple of welds here I need to knock down, but do all that after. So I am going to go ahead and finish getting these holes done, weld it up, and get everything ground down, and I will turn this thing back on at that point. So we'll see in a while. Alright, got those welds ground down, not looking too bad. So I think as far as the metal work goes, I am done with that, the back end here. So yeah, as I start moving forward, I'll turn this thing back on. I want to thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.